Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. We really appreciate you for tuning in to Book Talks with She's Purpose Key and our newest author of today. But first, let me back up. As I said, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. We want to take this opportunity for you to, guess what? Love, like, and share this broadcast. And listen, I am author, coach Andrea Ragland. I work with Christian professional women, helping them to identify limiting beliefs, right? As a coach, I'm helping you to bring balance to your lifestyle where we are not bringing work stress home and home stress to work, right? So we believe in healthy wealth, healthy boundaries, and healthy lifestyle. And so I would love for you to go to my website if you are looking for an accountability coach, if you are looking for a burnout coach or purpose coach, go to www.shespurposekey.com, or you are always welcome to send me an email at life@aglancebooks@gmail.com. If you are an author, right? If you know an author and they are first time author and they have a new release out, or if they have a new release out, right? I would love to bring them on She's Purpose Key Book Talks where we all as a community can help celebrate one another. So we can not only just share our books, but share our stories, right? Because we know it is not easy when we have to be positioned to share our stories, right? But guess what? We give God the glory. We give God the glory because it's Him who is moving in us, through us, for us to help someone else. Because once we identify that we are not alone, do you know the power in the room? Okay, and so enough about She's Purpose Key. I just want to share that love, right? Just share that love. I just want to share that atmosphere in the room today. I want to share that atmosphere because I know that the woman that's coming forth today, listen, she has a book for us. A book for us all, okay? And listen, the title told it all. The title tells it all. And so listen, be set free. Be set free today. The only way for us to be set free is first, we have to be honest with our truth. And listen, it's a truth and honesty. We first have to be honest with ourselves. So listen, She's Purpose Key community, please come on in. Let's help celebrate this new author. Woo, 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 woo. Yes, we congratulate you, girl. And we thank you so much. I personally thank you. The She's Purpose Key community, thank you for being so bold in your journey over the years. Listen, I have watched you over the years. I have just being like blown away how God continued to shift you. And even in your shifts, you are honest, you are in your truth, and you are willing to just be blessed to be a blessing. So come on in and let the people know who you are.
First, I want to say thank you, Keandria, for allowing me to come into the space to share this new work that God has given me, to share my story and testimony. I bless the Lord all the time because this is a journey He's placed me on. And I'm not going to say it's been an easy journey, but it has definitely been a worthy journey and an honorable journey. So I thank you, sis, for the platform. I thank you for the opportunity, and I bless the Lord. And I just want to say the devil is a liar. He gets absolutely no glory. And I'm so grateful that the Lord is in control of everything that we do. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Even on tonight.
Amen.
So
Amen. Delay does not mean denied. So
you
yes,
understand.
I do want to ask everyone just, be patient with us. There's always sometimes it's outside of your control, right?
But
So
when we know that He is controlling everything, we know there's a reason
yes,
for everything, and we can rest in that.
yes,
Right.
yeah,
And
yes.
so
I love
I,
it.
I rest, I bless the Lord. So who am I? Why am I here? And what it is, what am I doing? I like to say that I am an inspirational conversationalist at heart. I'm an author, a speaker, and authenticity coach, and I believe in the power of everyday stories. At the core of my philosophy, if you will, a personal philosophy, is that authentic conversations help to build resilience in people, and we'll see less of the mental wellness or mental health issues that we see in our world, and we can get back to a place of just talking to one another in a very genuine and honest and compassionate manner. I'm also the founder and editor in chief of Speak Up Sis magazine, and you know, fundamentally, I'm just a woman who decided to stop running, start running from life and the Lord, and start facing it and facing Him and facing myself. And so now I use my books, if you will, my workshops and conversations to help other people do the very same thing.
Yes, awesome. Thank you for that intro. And listen, if you have not yet clicked on the link, I just want you to know that her book is available on Amazon. Okay. And also, her we'll talk about her website soon, but I just wanted to go ahead and put that out there that her link will be in the comments as we are moving along. And I want you all to support, support, support. And so I would like to take this moment to ask you, as we are talking about this book, what is the title of your book?
The title of my book is The Runner's Lie.
Yay.
It's subtitled 10 Lies Women Tell Themselves to Avoid Life's Challenges.
Okay, so tell us a little bit how you come up with that title.
Because I was a runner. And some people are like, well, what do you mean by that? I'm not talking about the physical running, like marathon running or race running, although I did run races, 5Ks and 10Ks and things like that. I'm talking about avoiding, running away from the truth, running away from the difficult things in life. Now we say life be lifing. A lot of us, we use that term life be lifing as a way to avoid dealing with the life that's lifing, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so I came up with runner's lie because I realized that there I was telling myself lies to keep me running, to keep me from standing still and knowing that He is God, that were keeping me from focusing on the things that I need to focus on. I was telling myself these lies and limited beliefs, right, to keep me in this posture of refusing to be still, to be able to deal with the things I needed to deal with. So I figured, if I'm dealing with it, oh, I know. I know other people are, especially other women. So I decided to, and these 10 lies aren't the only lies. Let me say that. I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
after reading, you may come up with some of your own that you're experiencing more than maybe I did. But these are 10 really hefty ones that I think a great majority of women who've lived even just a little bit of life will be able to identify with.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mhm.
So you kind of hit on that far as like who would you say your book is for?
Yeah, so my book is definitely for, primarily, I'm going to say, for women. Um but of course men can learn from it too. If not for themselves, they can definitely learn about the women in their lives. They'll probably feel a little more like, oh, okay, now maybe I understand a little bit. I understand what she's saying a little bit more, right? But it is primarily directed towards women, especially women of a certain age. And I know we are not accustomed to having things uh, targeted at us. Those of us who are in our late 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, the Lord has called me to minister to the souls of seasoned women or women of a certain age. And so a lot of my work will address their concerns, because what I have found and what the Lord has shown me is that everyone has a space these days. Our children have a space, men have a space, even the elderly have, everybody's got a space. But women who are going through that midlife, perimenopausal, sort of early menopausal life, we don't really have spaces that are dedicated to us. They let us come in them,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not specifically for us. They're not speaking our language. They're not dealing with what we are dealing with. And the truth is, many of us are either trying to make sure that our children are well, especially our young adult children. We are taking care of aging parents. We're dealing with perimenopause and menopause until half the time we have a lot to say. We just don't want to, we don't want to talk about
Mhm, mhm,
it.
mhm,
We just
mhm.
want to voice like, yeah, I got something to say, but you're not even going to understand me.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. And so all of my work is designed for that woman who she's got it all in her to say she needs the space, she wants the space, but she really wants to share space with someone she doesn't really have to tell it all to, because she just knows, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. And so, just based off the information that you have gave right now, I'm sure the audience can have somewhat of a feel of what your mission statement is. But I want you to tell the people anyway. So, if you had a mission statement, that very mission statement to keep you grounded and keep you doing what you do every single day, what would that mission statement be?
Um, Shoot, what keeps me going is really seeing kind of the light bulb, the aha, the epiphany moment, but that light bulb sort of going off in someone else.
Mm-hmm.
When a woman tells me, I finally saw myself in your story, Angel,
Mm,
right? Or she says, I don't feel so alone anymore. I have my email list is called the mirror list. It's not your
mm,
typical email list. I don't try to sell people things or whatever. I call it coaching through email. If you was like mini coaching through email, and the community, the mirror list community that I'm creating through email, every 2 weeks or so, the people on the list get an email,
mm,
and it has what I call a mirror moment. It's short, it's not a long message, but it deals with something that I know we all need to face. And so what has been happening is women have an opportunity to share their feedback with me or not. There's an assignment that they can do. I encourage that they actually participate in the mirror moment. But the beauty is that the thing that keeps me going is when I get feedback. Do you know people don't like to write? That's the first thing.
mm,
So when a woman opens the email, she reads it, it connects with her, and she takes her time to write a full on response to me to say, this is what I'm going through, this is what I'm dealing with, this is how I'm going to do this mirror moment, and thank you for this space. I need this. Like that's what motivates me to keep doing what I'm doing. So my mission really isn't about being perfect, cuz I don't know everything. I tell everybody I am the mirror mentor. I give women a mirror so they can see themselves. I don't have the answers. So I'm giving you a mirror without the answers, because the answers are in you. I don't
yes.
I don't need to tell you the answers, right? So it's not about me being perfect and knowing everything. It's really about me creating these safe and protected spaces where people can show up as themselves.
Yes, I love it. I
Mhm.
love it. Where people can show up as themselves. Yes,
Absolutely.
yes. And so, while we're talking about your email list,
Mhm.
how can the audience connect with you when it comes to your email list?
Yeah, if they go to angelcharmaine.com, which is my website,
Mm-hmm.
there right on the website, it'll say join the mirror list. You click on it and just enter your email, and then you're on it. And as soon as you join the mirror list, your very first email is a nice little gift from me, nice little activity to kind of kick off your mirror moments. So far I've been getting some really really good feedback, and the women seem to be, it's an email that you're going to see and you're going to want to open it. It's not going to be like, "Oh gosh, here it goes again." No, the women are looking forward to that once every 2 weeks or so message.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So
I have posted her website in the comments. It also is also on the screen as
mhm.
well. So you are authenticity coach. So in your own words, what does it mean to be authentic?
Being authentic means owning your own reflection, if you will. It is really not about being this, like I said earlier, it's not about being perfect. It's not even about telling all your business. Can I say that?
Yes, come on,
Be-
talk about it.
because
Because we like to set these fine lines and these boundaries, but
yes,
help us out.
when people, I'm just doing me, boo, and I'm gonna keep it real. Oftentimes that is not even authentic. Oftentimes that's a mask. That's a defense mechanism. That's not genuinely who that person is, right? But people think that, telling all your business. I'm gonna just share my whole. So I'm gonna tell you my whole life, so all the bad things that happen, all the things. But I don't believe that authenticity is about being perfect or telling every little minute detail of your life, but it's about being honest with yourself first, right? Being honest with the Lord so that you can be honest in your life. And when we stop hiding behind masks and we start aligning our lives with what our true values are, because half of us don't even know what we value, if I can just be honest. We don't know what our values are. We don't know what we value. We put these subjective terms, good and bad, on what we value, or what we think we value. But authenticity really shows up when we align our lives with our values, when we can look in the mirror and be okay with the reflection that comes back.
Yes.
And live in that every day.
Yes. Yes. I like that you said, and that is definitely a challenge, I believe, when you said to be okay with what you see in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yes, I love it. And so, with that being said, I'm going to share. I would like to share your website, and
Okay.
let's. As we talked about her email list, and we talked about being authentic, right? And
Right.
just being okay with who you see in the mirror. And like as you see here, you see her website, angelcharmaine.com, and you see the copy of her book, right? And so, listen, I just want you all to take the opportunity right now to go in the comments and say congratulations, because listen, she have given you so much right now. And we are really just digging in. We just digging in and having an awesome conversation to help the community. Yeah. And so I know that she is a community advocate. She's an author, she's an inspirational conversationalist, and a mirror mentor. And so a lot of times we are in a place where we're not okay with who we see in the mirror, right? And we try to cover it up with, and she said, we try to run from certain things, we try to cover it up by having all this extra hype, right? And so, like she said, I'm doing me. Yeah, you doing you, but there's a lot more of you that we got to work on.
That's right.
And so it says, I don't give answers. I hand you the mirror, because the most powerful transformations starts with you finally seeing yourself clearly. Keyword, clearly, right? And so, it talks about more of who she is and what she does here. And so again, take the opportunity and go to her website. She's on a tour right now.
Yeah. So, do you see you on the tour?
Listen, we on the tour right now.
We're October 2nd. This is our podcast. We are on
the October 2nd podcast right now. And
she's
live in the house today. So listen, I don't only want you to support her today on the She's Purposeke Book Talk Show, but I want you to continue to follow her, continue to support her on her journey, because she have October 11th, she's in Charlotte, North Carolina. She got October 12th, she have another podcast that she will be showing up on. October 18th, she's going to be in North Augusta, South Carolina, and then she have November 8th. And so listen, she's on this tour. She's not playing. She's sharing her book, but she's also, it says Breaking Free Tour.
Yes.
She from the bottom of her heart, she has a passion, she has a desire, she has a great momentum to not just help herself, but she's helping the world, right?
Right.
She's helping
Right.
the world. And
Absolutely.
so, listen, that's why it's very important for us tonight to make sure that we support. And if, as you see, it says join the Mirror list.
Yes.
Okay. So, this is where you can join. So, make sure you go on the website. Make sure you share. Don't
Right.
keep it all to yourself. Don't keep it all to yourself.
And
Okay.
make sure when you join the list, go directly to your email to make sure you can see it, because oftentimes, because it's coming from a business, it'll send it to your spam or it'll send it to your promotions or social folder because it's a new business that is emailing you. So as soon as you join, it's going to send you an email. So once you go open the email, then your email account will know that you're okay with that email, and so it'll let you see it, from then on. But you want to make sure you go, because it's going to send you something.
Yes. And I love, so this part right here, it says books that help you see yourself more clearly. And this is a perfect place for me to talk about the power of avoidance, because
Mm,
I mean, as I'm looking at your books, the One Woman 10 Truths, When
mhm.
I Met Him, and then the Runner's Lies. And
Yes.
so as we have talked about the authenticity piece of it, let's talk about the power of avoidance.
Oh,
When it comes to bringing awareness to a root cause of why you
mhm.
may be avoiding a matter, what are a few mirror questions we can ask ourselves or take notice of in our life?
Okay. So that's a really good question. Um, just let me say that avoidance is a sneaky thing. A lot of times we avoid things, but we don't see it as avoiding it. Oftentimes we may even say that I'm just so busy. I got so much going on. And you wouldn't really classify that as avoiding. And other people would probably say, oh my gosh, Keandra's she's so amazing. She's just like a superwoman. She's always doing stuff. She's just got all this stuff going on. But little do people know, Keandra is doing all these things to keep from doing the one thing she really needs to do.
Mm.
Right? And so avoidance can be really sneaky, but there are a few what I would call mirror questions, right? You can have a few mirror questions that you can ask yourself to see if you are in a place of avoidance. And one of those questions is, what am I pretending not to see right now? What am I pretending not to see right now? Not what do I see? What am I pretending that I don't see? Right? Or what am I refusing to see? What don't I want to see right now? Right? You could also ask yourself, if I stop running, what's the worst thing that could actually happen? Right? What's the worst thing that could happen? Or you can even reverse that question and ask yourself, what's the best thing that could happen if I stop running? What are the possibilities, right? What doors could open if I face this thing head on? If I can be really frank with you, I talked to my sons about this. I was a different type of woman, different type of girl growing up and woman. A lot of people see death as the worst thing that could happen to them.
Mm.
I don't. I don't. And I believe that has helped me a lot in my life, because what I told myself is that there are certain things that could happen to me that would be worse than death. Like, I would actually probably want to be out of here, right? And so when I position things up, like what's the worst thing that could happen, and then what's the best thing that could happen, realizing that more than likely this worst thing isn't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna make decisions that'll keep me from those things happening, right? Then I tend to make better decisions.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to make decisions that don't cause me to, step into a whole bunch of mess. And then I'm positioned to take more healthy risks. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I believe that's a good question that can help you to not avoid things, or two, it's kind of a double question, if you will.
Yeah,
If you
it
stop,
is.
if
It's
you
two
stop
questions.
running, what's the worst thing that could actually happen if you stop running? And I want to say that you're not going to be destroyed.
Yeah.
I need to say that you are absolutely not going to become unalived because you choose to sit still. I think a lot of people are like, if I stop, I'm gonna. And you'll hear people say, I'm gonna lose my mind. Sis, you're not. You're not. You're gonna get free. You know what I'm saying? So, and then one last, I would say is, what story am I telling myself that keeps me from facing this thing? What is the story that I keep telling myself? What's this bedtime story I keep telling myself before I lay down at night, that I'm ruminating on in my sleep, that I wake up in the morning, still thinking about? What is the story that you keep telling yourself that that you keep having to deal with? Because I'm going to say 8.9% of the time, it's a made up story. 8 out of 10, 8.9 out of 10, it's a made up story. It's not the truth. You know what I'm saying? And if there's some validity in it, just let me say there's a little bit of the truth, is nowhere near what you have created. Many of us have created these hyperbolic stories. These, it's a bunch of hyperbole. It's these exaggerations. We take something small, we create this big old massive story that we start believing, and then when people are like, is it really that bad? What are you trying to say? Are you trying to, and the person's like, no, but I mean, I know you, I see your situation. It's really not as bad as you think it is. Oh, you just don't understand, and now we're living in this, we're living in this fake la la land. So ask yourself, what is the story that I'm telling myself that is keeping me from facing the truth? Because you're telling yourself something. And these questions are what's going to force you to look in the mirror and deal with what is really going on in your life.
Yes.
I remember when I had to take the mask off in my first book. Actually, I wrote about this, and I live with PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome. And so I have what they call hirsutism, which is male pattern facial hair growth. So I grow hair all around here. If I let it, baby, okay, I'm gonna be a whole bearded lady. And I remember a time when I would not get on camera like this. I would be so afraid that if I turned my head a certain way, the light would catch it, and that the people watching would be like, oh my gosh, like look at her face or whatever. So I really shied away from the camera. I stopped doing my YouTube videos and all the things because I was so ashamed of it. But when I sat down with myself, I had to ask myself the hard question. Like, what is really the issue?
Mm-hmm.
Because you see people every day. You go to work every day with that face. You date. You got all, you know what I'm saying? So what's really the issue? And when it boiled down to it, it messed with how I felt about my femininity. So then that leads you to deeper places, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So what is femininity? What makes you a woman? What makes you feminine? Right? And then, when you really start dealing with those hard issues, what do you think about women that you see with facial hair?
Wow.
Because what you think about them is what you think they're going to think about you. And that's where your issue is. It's a you issue, Angel.
That's good.
It's a you issue. You feel like people are going to feel that way about you because when you see it, you have felt that way about other people. Deal with it. Right? So that's a heart posture. So what the Lord does at that point is say, clean your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Your heart is ugly. What
Mm-hmm.
you think about people is ugly. What you have said about people is ugly. The gossip you have done is ugly. The kiki and ha ha you have done, when you see somebody on a video, when you see a post about something, you laughing and giggling and kiki and ha ha. That's you, Angel. And that's why you have an issue because you don't want other people to do that to you, but you do it to other people. See, that is what looking in the mirror will do for you. You get a clean heart. And that's why most of us avoid it. That is the power of avoidance. The power of avoidance keeps us from sitting in accountability. And we can place the blame on everybody else and everything else. Don't let me go ahead and give you your mic back, sis.
No, no, no. I listen, because listen, I'm telling you, the Holy Spirit is it unctioned you to go on into my next question. Because I was like, the whole time you was talking, I was thinking, I was like wanting you to kind of give a testimony. But you did. You just gave it. You know what I'm saying? Of an example.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You
Absolutely.
did. You just gave a whole example about your facial hair, and you was like, what's the real issue here?
What's the real issue? What's the real
So
issue?
again, it's back to digging deep. You know what I'm saying? Searching the deepest things within is what I like to say.
Absolutely.
Searching the deepest things within, as I scroll through your as I scroll through your website, I'm telling you,
It's all kind of stuff on there.
and she is challenging you. She not you, just us.
Yeah. I had to challenge myself
Listen,
first.
right? She done did the work.
Mm-hmm.
So she done did the work herself. So it's like, listen, sit with you, deal with you.
Yes.
That sit with you, that deal with you. It comes in those quiet places.
Yes, it does.
It comes in those quiet places. So I recently had to sit with myself and be obedient. I had a procedure, but at the same time, it allowed me to sit into some quiet rooms, some quiet places, because I'm so used to working. If I ain't working, I'm doing this. If I ain't working, I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? I have learned to balance out my time to make time for me, make time for other things that I love to do, but not so much of quietness.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Quietness. And like you said, we so busybodies. We so itchy and anxious, and you know what I'm saying? We don't know what to do with ourselves.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So again, I love that you challenge us to sit with ourselves. You challenge us to look in the mirror. Take 5 minutes just to search yourself in the mirror. Don't put no makeup on.
Yes.
Don't do none of that. Just get listen. I just get a chair and pull that chair up and have a whole discussion. Not even the quietness is first thing. Just the quietness is first thing. You know what I'm saying? And as we are criticizing, and I'm saying this because I'm led to, but sometimes, as you said, as we criticize others, sometimes we got to criticize ourselves, and then we got to pick those things in ourselves how we can be better tomorrow.
Take the plank out your own eye, right?
Yeah. That part.
Let me tell you, there is excuse me, there, when you were talking about pulling up a chair and sitting in the mirror, I shared this with women in my space often. And so I'll share it here as well. What really precipitated the whole idea of being a mirror mentor, the mirror moments, the mirror list, everything about this mirror and reflection, is I worked with a coach some years ago before I stepped out on the water with the Lord and did all the things. When the Lord was leading me to resign and do all the stuff, I realized there was something about me that I felt would keep me from accessing what the Lord was showing me. Right? I was like, there's something about me, and I knew it because I don't know about you, but I'm not gonna lie to myself. I might, be like, I might not tell you everything, but I'm not gonna look at myself and lie to myself. I'm just not gonna do it. So I said, okay. And at the time, I didn't believe in coaches.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of them people like, I'm 40 years old. Like, I done been through childhood essay. My mom been on drugs. I done been through a lot of stuff. Ain't nothing you can tell me that I'm gonna pay you to tell me I made it. You understand? But at this time in my life, I just felt like it's something, and I can't put my finger on it. And to me, and I'm gonna say this, thank you, Holy Spirit, for people who are trying to figure out, do I need a coach? When you know that there's something that's holding you, you don't know what it is, you can't even verbalize it, you can't put words to it, then more than likely there's a blinder somewhere, and the Lord will lead you to somebody who can see you. You feel what I'm saying? Who can help you to see yourself if you are ready. I was ready because what the Lord has showed me, I wanted it, but I knew there was something about me that would keep me from being able to walk into it. So my cousin at the time had worked with this coach, and I remember she had worked with him about 5 years prior. And when she told me about it, I was like, girl, you better than me. I don't give nobody $500 for nothing. Right. So when I said, okay, I need this, I remember her telling me about this coach. So I went on the website, looked everything out, called a coach. He did like a 20-minute free consultation. Baby, he read my life for filth in 20 minutes. And the man ain't never talked to me a day in my life. I said, okay, I'm just going to get this man this money. Because how could you know me so well? It's not like he told me my life. He told me what I already knew, but didn't have the language for. You understand? And he had me do this assignment. He said, I want you to, for the next 30 days, I want you to, before you get in the shower and you take your bath, you're in the bathroom by yourself and you don't have on any clothes. He said, I want you to look in the mirror and just look at yourself. He said, I want you to tell yourself for 60 seconds that I want you to say, I want you to tell yourself that you love yourself for what you see. Now, I was like, okay, I ain't get good 30 seconds in, because when you run out of, I love my personality, I love my voice. When you run out of all of the abstract things, then you have to look at what's in the mirror. And then you looking at your belly and you're going, I don't love that. You're looking at your wide nose and you're going, I don't love that either. You're looking at your bald head from alopecia and you don't really love that either. And all the stuff you putting on for the gram or whatever, when you have to look at it and all of its nakedness, then you realize I don't really love these things. 30 seconds, I was in tears, boohoo crying, butt naked in the bathroom. And that was the moment when I realized, like, you got some real stuff you need to deal with. And so that is where all this mirror stuff comes from, because I looked at myself in the mirror and I was able to learn a lot of the things that I needed to learn just by having to deal with me, So
yes.
Anyway, I thought I would share that for anybody who is, try it. Try giving yourself 60 seconds in the mirror, butt naked, and you not tell yourself you love all these abstract. I love my smile. I love my personality. No, tell yourself you love, your raggedy toes and all that other stuff, and see what your heart says about it.
Yes. And so, as you all see, I'm sharing her the Amazon. I'm on Amazon right now, and if you're on your desktop or I don't think it does it on your cell phone, I have tried, but if you're on your desktop, your computer, you can go to Amazon and it says read sample. So you can get a little sample there, but guess what? We want you to go past the reading the sample. I need you to go ahead and purchase your copy. Right? Yes. Okay, so listen, there's a part in here, Author Charmaine, that I was normally what I ask individuals or authors is if there's a, I know the whole book is your baby, but if there was an area of the book that you would like to read,
Mm-hmm.
would you like to read that area?
Okay.
I would like for you to do that, but I also there's an area in your book. I think it's on. I think it says look like 49 or 74, but it says the truth, and it says healing doesn't wait.
Mm.
Can you read a little bit of that part as well?
Okay. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me, because I have the book right here. Let me get to that page. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. Let me see. I'm trying to see, girl. I got my glasses. Okay. Which part do you want me to start from? You want that section, that chapter?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Healing doesn't
It's
wait.
actually, yeah. So it's this is the lie. This lie is I'll deal with it later. That's the lie. And it says, I stared at the unopened envelope sitting on my kitchen counter. The return address was from the courthouse. It was probably another notice about my overdue fines. I knew what it was about, just like I knew I should open it. But instead, I reached for my keys and walked out the door. I'll deal with it later, I told myself. That had become my mantra. When the rent was due, but I was short on cash, I'll deal with it later. When my head was pounding from a headache that wouldn't go away, I'll deal with it later. When my husband wanted to talk to me about the issues he had with me in our marriage, I'll deal with it later. When one of my children wanted to tell me a joke, mommy will listen later. Later was always the safest place. It was a buffer between me and my problems, a promise that I wasn't ignoring things and I was just postponing them. But later never really came. It wasn't that I didn't care. I just couldn't handle the weight of it all. Opening that letter meant facing consequences. Checking my bank account meant admitting I was struggling. Making that doctor's appointment meant acknowledging that something might be wrong. And sometimes I was so overwhelmed, I didn't have the bandwidth to show enthusiasm for middle school boy jokes. I told myself that avoiding these things was an act of self preservation. I was keeping myself from stress, from panic, from pain. But life has a way of catching up with you. One day, I answered a phone call from the bank. Foreclosure. My later had arrived, and it wasn't a gentle tap on the shoulder, it was a punch to the gut. I sat on the floor, surrounded by unopened bills, unanswered emails, and ignored responsibilities. The very things I had run from were now crushing me all at once. I thought back to all the moments I had said, I'll deal with it later. If I had just faced one thing at a time, maybe I wouldn't be sitting in a pile of overdue notices and regrets. Let me tell the truth about later. Later is a lie we tell ourselves to avoid discomfort. It's not an escape, it's a delay. Problems don't disappear just because we refuse to look at them. They only grow bigger, messier, and harder to handle. I wish I could tell you that after that foreclosure, I changed overnight. The truth is, breaking the habit of running takes time. It starts with small choices like opening the envelope, making the call, checking the account. It's about facing the discomfort now instead of letting it control your future because later is a lie. And the longer you believe it, the harder it is to recover. And so the truth is, healing doesn't wait. The longer you delay, the heavier it becomes. Facing it now lightens your future. And at the end of each scenario, so for those who have not gotten the book, what I just read to you is a real life scenario. I actually lost my home to foreclosure. These are real things that I'm sharing with you here. It's not some made up stuff. So these are my real situations where I was running, and then I tell you the truth. And then after I tell you the truth, I give you 3 questions. They are reflection questions. They are called Facing Things Now, and they help you to address that lie in your own life. So the 3 reflection questions after the lie, I'll deal with it later, is the first one is, what's something you've been putting off, telling yourself you'll deal with it later? That forces you to identify something. You may have many things, but at least identify one. What's the worst that could happen if you face it today? What's the best that could happen? And then write down and take one step, just one, toward dealing with the issue you've been avoiding that you identified in the first question. My books, here again, it gives you a mirror, not the answers. I don't have the answers for you. And this is a seed, if you will. This is planting the seed to help you start the journey. After this book, more than likely, you may say, maybe I'll take a course. Maybe I'll work with a coach. Maybe you'll be able to see that, okay, maybe I got more going on than I was willing to acknowledge. Or maybe I'm dealing with some things that I really need some help with, right? So this book isn't designed to give you the 10 steps to getting your life together. It's designed to say, sis, wake up. You know what I'm saying? Deal with this stuff before it consumes you.
Yes, yes, yes. Sis, wake up. Okay, listen. I would like just to say thank you for sharing your story with She's Purposeke Book Talks. Listen, all I can say is, and I know you like, speak up, sis. I love it. I listen. And I'm going to say, sis, like you said, wake up, right? And so as we have our supporters, you have your supporters on, and we just want to say congratulate you for your new release and on your continued journey and tour. We know that you are going to continue to touch lives, and I pronounce the blessings over you as you continue to go forward. And so I have shared your website in the comments, but please, and I also we scroll through your website so others may know how to connect with you. But I would like for you to share other ways that people can contact you or follow you.
Okay, that's what's up. So outside of angelcharmaine.com, I am a TikToker. So if you are a TikToker, you can connect with me at Natty Knowledge. That's Natty with a K, Knatty, Knowledge. And that's on TikTok. If you want to connect with me on Facebook, you can look for Angel Charmaine Wright. There are 2 Angel Wrights, actually. So my profile picture, I believe, is a picture of the book right now. So I am Angel. If you type in Angel Charmaine Wright, then you'll probably find me and not the other Angel Wright. I'm on Instagram as well. If you are and a grammar, angel.charmaine is where you can find me on Instagram. And so, yeah, if you want to send me an email, you can visit Angel Charmaine at speakupsis.com if you want to send me a direct email.
Awesome. Is there any last words that you would like to share with the audience tonight?
I just want women to live what they say they believe, because God has called me to deal with a specific type of woman. And I spend a lot of time with women who know God. Many of them have turned away for so many reasons. And I am here to say, sis, come on back. And it's time for us to live what we say we believe. And that starts with knowing who you are and whose you are. And so, and I also want to say this, I know everybody want to give you motivation and all that good stuff, but I'm going to tell you, if you hear my voice and you feel drawn and it's like, oh gosh, I need to understand, I'm not an enabler. I'm not a coddler. If you hear me and you say, gosh, I need to be connected, understand that that means that your life is transitioning. God is calling you to change. And when you come into this space, that's exactly what's going to happen. Transformation is going to happen, and it's a good thing. And so I welcome all of you to stand up, look in the mirror, acknowledge who you are, say, Lord, it's me, work on me, change my heart, renew a right spirit in me, and then get the work done.
Yes.
And no fuzzies. I ain't really a warm and fuzzy kind of person.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to put in the work.
Got to put in the work, sis.
Yes, yes, yes. So thank you, thank you, thank you. As I tell you all, she's Purposeke Community. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I would like for you to again continue to like, to love, and to share this broadcast. I would like for you to continue to support the move. And so we would like just to say we love you. If nobody else have not told you that they love you, we love you. And so until next time, we see you later. Bye bye.